opening season 2. It's so good to be back. Yeah, it's great. School is over, so no more teaching for probably 2.5 months, and we'll see what continues with the crisis. But it's just really great to get back with you all. I've gotten a lot of messages and just in conversation, people saying, hey, when's the next video coming out? Well, yeah, it's been really busy for me, just from a teacher and just personal life aspects, so you gotta have a balance. So basically, I'm back and really ready to give you a lot of good tips and tools. Continue your journey to living just a healthier life. So what we're going to do today is just talk about some things that I found to be very helpful for the crisis as a preventative measure to prevent you from having any vulnerabilities to the crisis when it comes to your immune system and your health and things of that nature. So I'm just going to cut right to it. So of course, as you all know, I am vegan, but again, you have to be very intentional about what you eat to make sure you're getting your vitamins, your minerals, and that all the foods you eat contribute to healthy systems, whether it's your digestive system, your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system, your reproductive system, your muscular, skeletal, all of that, your nervous system, your brain. Very important. So we're not just here to look healthy, we want to actually be healthy. So the things I'm giving you may be all over the place. If you were to do a Venn diagram of all the different diets that you've heard about, all the fads that are out there, you might see an intersection of many things, because it's really about how your body responds to certain foods, okay? And we are all on this number line of humanity, and every diagnosis or every advice that you hear, every plan, meal plan, this, that, and the third, is not going to be the same for every person, okay? So, number one, have a good smoothie. This is very important because this really starts your digestive system on the right track. For my smoothie that I do a dark green and dark fruit berry, basically, smoothie. So my smoothie usually has mixed dark greens, whether it's spinach, kale, you can put arugula in there if you want to, it doesn't matter, but just spinach, kale usually is what I do, that blend, because those are dark greens. And then my dark berries. So my raspberries, my strawberries, my blueberries, my blackberries. You can usually get those at Walmart or Kroger. It depends on where you usually shop. Just beware, they're going to be more expensive than your mango, passion fruit, pineapple stuff, because they are just higher quality of fruit, okay? So while everything else is $7, you might be paying $10 to $15 for that big 64 ounce or whatever ounce bag of dark fruit. But again, very important that you mix those together. So with that juice, I put a probiotic, one probiotic tablet. I do one multivitamin tablet, and then whatever dietary supplement tablet you want to add to that. Some of you might be taking some natural supplement to help curb your diet so that you're not eating profusely at home while you're doing your remote learning or working. So any of the supplements that you take on a regular basis, just put it in the smoothie, okay? So you put those in there. I add probably a teaspoon of cinnamon. I add 2 slices, like 2, I would say, I don't even know how thick they are, just like really thin slices of ginger. Sometimes I add honey, sometimes I don't. It just really depends, but honestly, there's no need to do that. And then I pour and top with, what do you call that? Unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Really doesn't matter what brand, just unsweetened vanilla. By the way, very popular flavor because you get the kind of sweet, but not really sweet, when you have the vanilla in there, but it's still with less calories. So I do that. I add a tablespoon of flaxseed, and I just blend that really well. Really, really, really well to make sure it's nice and good. And then I just drink that. I might drink it at the beginning of the day. I might drink it at the end of the day. But this really gets everything set. You got your probiotic to protect you from bacterias that are harmful to your immune system. All the fruits and veggies are great for your immune system. And then you have your multivitamins. So that's usually what I do. Now, if I want to add a little bit of fat to the smoothie, I might add a small cup or half a cup of my almond milk or So Delicious yogurt, just to get some fat in there. Or I will do a tablespoon of your natural peanut butter, just to make sure that I get fat. And honestly, that's a good fat to add. It's healthy for you, and it just really adds and elevates your smoothie. So that's my smoothie. The second thing that I do is I always go outside with a mask, and I have gloves as well. If you don't see gloves in like the medical section of your store, a great place to go, or two places, is you can go to an automotive store and buy your rubber gloves, because mechanics use gloves when they're working on cars or they're working with oil or whatever, to make sure that all those chemicals don't get inside their bloodstream through their hands or fingers or whatever. Any cuts or scars that they get, they have gloves on them to help, so that there's none of that excess stuff coming into their bloodstream. And just to keep their hands clean, so their hands aren't always dirty. And so you have that. You can find those at AutoZone, O'Reilly's, what's the other one? Advance Auto. Yes. And then you could also go to Target or Walmart. They have them there as well. The automotive section in a Walmart has really great gloves, and you can just get a box of 50 and just keep just some pairs of gloves in your glove box in your car for just random outings that you might have. But that's really important as well. The other thing that I do is I drink a lemon chamomile echinacea tea. You can do that anytime. I do it once a week. So that's something I drink as well, because that just kind of levels me out with my immune system, and also just gives, I think if you do lemongrass, it's also calming for just your nerves, so that any stress that you might be experiencing, you can actually just lessen that, which also helps protect your immune system, because stress is not good for your immune system. And then once a week, shout out to my dad for this, I gargle with warm salt water. So once a week I do that, because just studies, again, I'm not a medical professional, but I've heard from multiple sources that if you just gargle, even if there's some sort of bacteria in your throat, because this is a respiratory system issue with COVID-19, if you gargle, then continue doing that, just in your throat multiple times, and just gargle, spit out, gargle, spit out. Whatever's in your throat, whatever is forming in your throat, whatever issue is happening, it will get rid of it. I've been doing that since March to now, and things have been great. Obviously, drink lots of water. Obviously, get your rest. Don't Netflix and do whatever else you do for hours and hours on end. Just take care of yourself as usual. And then, of course, exercise. So, of course, you want to go out, making sure you're practicing social distancing, but really important to get your workout in. I run 3 miles a day, at minimum, and then sometimes I have weeks where I bike 12 miles a day. Just depends on if it's run week or bike week. I miss the pool, but gotta stay active. And with this recipe of things that I've done, I have lost 10 pounds during this crisis in a healthy way, not losing muscle or anything like that, because I do exercises and weight resistant band workouts and things like that. But yeah, I've dropped 10 pounds during this pandemic. The other thing that just really couples very nicely with this, I'm a Christian. Spend some time in prayer, spend some time, whatever it is you do, just spend some time separating yourself from all the stresses you have going on, and just spend some time reflecting, being grateful, praying for somebody else, figuring out what other things are happening outside of your world, and just figuring out a way to encourage somebody else. It just really helps with just the worries of finances and health and work-related problems and what ifs and unknowns of the crisis, just to spend some time reflecting and being grateful for whatever it is in your life right now. Just waking up and tithing your time to prayer or whatever it is that you do. Just make sure that you do that, because again, you want to be calm. You do not want to be stressed, because that will just mess up your immune system a lot. So these are my tips. We're going to start out just with that, and then going forward, we got some amazing recipes for season 2. We're going to visit Turkey. Yes, not the food turkey, but Turkish vegan dishes. I have some new root vegetables that I'd like to introduce, and we're going to talk about things that we can replace so that during this time we're stressed and we're needing comfort food, we can find healthier, more proactive fruits and veggies, and just things that come out of the ground that are going to just really, really be good for you and help you reach the goals that you'd like to reach. But I'm so glad I was able to talk with you and share some things that have worked for me. Again, this is Lemon Girl Fresh, encouraging you to live vegan, healthy, and strong. Take care. Bye.